right, testing, testing. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. I'm glad that you could join me this afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. I am your host, Ed Honcho, and I thank you for the privilege. It looks a little dark. I need to adjust this light. Just, oh, fuck it. We're gonna be kind of. No, that's part of the problem too, I guess, right? Okay. Same difference. No matter. And again, so I hope all of you wonderful people are doing well. I'm glad to see you. I know it's been a minute. Didn't really do too much last week. I've been just trying to figure a couple of things out as far as I had to take care of some stuff last week and then figure some things out with this channel and the other channel that I have and just getting some things in order. I'm going to be doing things, I won't say differently, but I'm going to take a lot of stuff back to how the Den originated. There we go. So what I mean by that, man, is just the style of conversations that we would have, you know, even some of the topics. But we'll discuss a lot of things. But the Den originated as like a getaway from all the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Just like some of the, I won't say like the conversations have been bad, but some of the topics are just kind of, I don't know. Like I say, it's just, I want to get back to, you know, what made the conversations, what made these things, you know, so enjoyable. So we'll make that shake. So again, if you see little things a little bit differently, you start seeing some recordings pop up and things like that. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I have one in the works. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I'm gonna probably minimize. Like I said, I know some of you follow on like Twitter and what's the other shit, Instagram and stuff like that. And I don't really promote. Like I said, I really don't fuck with them too much. But I'm probably just gonna cut all the way out, and then like the only thing you'll see on there is like automated stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if like I use like a little service that just sends messages to like everything at once. So you'll probably see that. I probably won't be very active on that. My attention is going to be solely based, and for both channels, if y'all follow both channels, my attention is solely going to be based on YouTube and the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Slash, you know, people who support via Patreon and things like that. So that's going to be focusing my attention. Like I say, Twitter and all that shit's cool. I don't really fuck with it. I don't really care about Instagram like that. Like, where everything has come from. It's been from YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So to waste time, you know, dilly-dallying with those other platforms, and not like I say I waste a whole lot, but I do kind of, because you go in there with the intentions to do something, then you get caught in a rabbit hole. So, like I say, yeah, it's going to be mainly that. So if you want to hit me about something, then you can always use the denline, just email denshowlive@gmail, you know, something like that, or just hit me in the Discord. Because like I said, just those other platforms, like I said, they're cool, but it's just not really what I do. So I'm going to put my energy and my focus where it can be best utilized, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So, dooby-dooby-doo. It's been a minute. Like I said, I'm trying to remember the last time we talked about. It seems like it's been ages. Where is what I'm looking for? Okay, yeah. So this is what we got joining us. Man, let's get into some good conversation today, man. Tehran, what's the motherfucking deal? Sophisticated Ignorance. It's a great name. That's super funny because I was thinking about something like that's real crazy. I was thinking about something along those lines this morning. It wasn't ignorance though. It was something, I can't remember what phrase I used. Fucking A. Because I was sitting there thinking about myself and I was just like, you know, like, I could be sophisticated, I guess, if you have to. I don't like this shit, man. I'm just like, I think people should be like natural. Just be raw. Like that's the conversation that I'm going back for. Like the real conversation. I'm not finna, you know, try to play or pretend, you know, to this and that. I really don't. But you know, just like the Den is supposed to be in my head. The idea that I have is as if this was an actual den, you know, in my home or somebody's home or having these, what they used to call them, coffee clutches, and having a conversation, like in my head, that's how I view it. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's nothing like that in reality, but that's the intention. That's the conversation I want to have. But I'm trying to remember what phrase I use, and I can't. But sophisticated ignorance. Jason S. Heidi. Who is Heidi? Who is Heidi? Keeping it real time, right? Absolutely. What's the motherfucking deal? How you doing this evening? Well, I still got to get used to doing some afternoons. How are you doing this afternoon, man? The lovely Miss Kay Grace joining us this afternoon. How are you, ma'am? My favorite New Yorker, John from New York. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Barbara, glad you could join us. Shout out to the Bay Area, the Yay area. All out there jamming E40, Fonzarelli. Let's see. Dude, Lobo, what's the motherfucking deal? DeMarkey is in the house. Power in the house. What's the motherfucking deal? Prepaid had the key. Oh, absolutely great. Excellent. Shout out to Prepaid wherever he may be, man. I'm glad to hear that. I was inquiring the other day. Ben Joel, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Say, oh, the dude that called and said, that's my nigga. What you talking about? I love conversation. Like y'all don't understand, right? Like I'm gonna get on topic here in a second. Let me finish this and then we'll get to it. Let me make sure I got everybody. All right. So, like, I love calls like that, though. Like, again, because I don't be around niggas a lot lately. You know, I say I got a couple of partners that I still fuck with, like, some day ones. Like, niggas I used to get in trouble with, like, way back in the game. They were, like, grown up. And you know, matured, and you know, people, you know, not doing the same childish ass shit, but it just makes me think of some of those conversations from back in the gap. You know what I'm saying? And I find it real amusing. You feel me? I find it like cool. Like I just know niggas like that. I like those kind of conversations. But like I said, I can talk to anybody. I don't talk to everybody, but I can talk to anybody, whether I agree with your sentiments or not. But you know, there's a lot of things. I realize there's a lot of shit maybe I don't want to use tolerate, but I definitely. No, we'll get into it. We'll talk about it in the Discord. And then, after the stream, we'll be in the Discord. You know, I'm going to bring that back. Like I say, we're going to start making, these are not going to be streams. These are going to be events, daily events. Oh, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Man. But like I said, yeah, just like I said, a couple little changes. Just got to get back to being the way that it was. Because each channel has its own, its pros, but the Den folk, man, like the reason I fuck with y'all super duper tough is because it doesn't matter what some sports team is doing. You know, if y'all fucking with it, y'all fucking with it. So yeah, you know that I fuck with super tough. But are black men in America being emasculated, being feminized? Absolutely, right? And I'm gonna get into that, and I'm gonna say why I believe. I mean, it's obvious if you just look around, but it used to be. And I'm not saying that this stereotype was good either, but I probably prefer it to what it is now. But it used to be the stereotype of the angry black man, or black men are dangerous and they're violent and all that other shit. I'd rather you be fucking afraid of me than fucking feel like you can punk me. But now it's this whole society it's soft, and again, and it's not necessarily just black men. Like I think men as a whole, they're trying to emasculate because femininity. All like we can talk about Me Too, we can talk about feminists, we can talk about like all this shit, but I think black men are pushed to the forefront of this bullshit. I saw Keeping It Real Time Riley mention, you feel me? About fucking Charlize Theron, right? And this bitch just put some fucking pictures up talking about Happy Daughter's Day. That's two little fucking boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a sick bitch. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that just all of a sudden you snatch these little niggas up out of Africa and they want to be females now. Like, just smell this fucking American air and now they're girl. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I be forgetting sometimes. I gotta remember where I'm at. And so, but that's like on a small scale. But again, I think that ties in because a lot of it has Hollywood ties. A lot of it has ties to the entertainment industry as a whole. And even when you talk about, like rap music, right? It's like, nigga, the niggas are gay. Like, you got these little weirdos. And that's what, it's actually kind of, I won't say it's scary, but it's confusing. because you got some gay ass gangsters now. Like it's some gay ass gangsters out there, and boy, like these would be the kind of people like back in the day. Like again, you would be like, man, get your soft ass up out of here. Get your like one of these cupcakes will shoot you, and won't think twice about. It's such a weird dynamic going on, but. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I talk about Hollywood a lot of that, but Hollywood, what's the word? It's not necessarily the source, but like a symptom. And why I say that because I really think it started way back, and we can talk about the policies that started taking the black man out the home, right? And I think that's where it began. You know what I mean? And now it's turned into something else. And I say, you know, these phrases, baby mamas, baby dads, the worst phrases, you know, people ever embraced, aside from the word nigga, but it's too late. We can't control the word nigga. We can't bring it back. It's free range. Everybody's using it. I see Asian people calling each other nigga. I don't understand. I'm just going to say it too. But in all seriousness, it's like, when we start embracing the baby mama title, right? When we start like trying to tell them it's all right, just be a single mom, just you know do all these. You can do. And again, circumstances happen, things happen. Like so, I'm generalizing, but you know, in a way. But when you start encouraging that, there's nothing stronger than a solid family. And y'all know BLM went and you know they went and cleaned their page up. And we want to talk about soft ass dudes and masculine ass women. You know that whole organization is full of all at the fucking top of it is all, you know, whatever. And so, even like with a lot of these movements, and the reason why I don't get, I know I'm all over the place. Like why I don't subscribe to a lot of these movements because one again, like I say, they have nothing to do with me. They're about gay people, and again, this is not like oh fuck gay people. I'm not saying that. I'm just like I'm a person. I don't really give a fuck about problems that don't pertain to me or people that are close to me, you know. And it may sound kind of callous saying that, but I think more people need to be real. Like, again, like we got this mentality. Everybody's trying to like save the world. The world's not meant to fucking be saved. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. And I've talked about you know how I kind of look at things. People are like you know it's kind of weird, but I look at everything like a jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like the wild. You know what I'm saying? We've created these systems and all these things in place that have made us comfortable and said, oh, well, we need this. We got this right. We got that. Like, I don't believe anybody got any fucking rights. Like, you're not born with shit. Like, I think a lot of people are ungrateful. Like, you should be happy that you're fucking alive, right? Because, you know what I'm saying? The odds really are against you. And so it's like I'm a person who thinks, like, you got to fend for self and your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're not with me, and you're not trying to help me eat or you're not like with that, I'm not saying you're the enemy, but I don't give a fuck about what you got going on as long as you don't cross my territory. You feel me? Like, so you go solve your own problem. You deal with what you got going on. But if I fuck with you and, you know, I have a vested interest in you for whatever reason, then yeah, I take stuff like that on. But, and again, like I say, it sounds messed up, but it's like there's so many people. You're not going to have time to save all the problems in the world. And I give it to those who try to. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do a lot. You can help a lot of people, but like I said, I'm not out here trying to save the world. I'm gonna be 100% with you. And so, like I said, a lot of those issues, the LGBT issues with all the BLM stuff, that's why I don't give a fuck about none of it. Because you know, a lot of y'all are being duped. Because the BLM has nothing to do with black people. Mainly it has more to do with the LGBT, you know. And again, not an issue I'm concerned with. I'm not anti any of it, but I'm not pro any of it. So, you know, they'll figure it out. They've been doing pretty well at it, I guess. They're doing better than niggas is doing. But what happens when these movements are created and pushed to the forefront, like I say, these are anti-family movements. These are nuclear family, you know, man, woman, child, you know, the natural order of things. It's that simple. You can sell me whatever you want to. You can try to sell me whatever you want to, but I'm not buying. The natural order of things is a man gets with a woman, has a kid. That's what it is. No test tubes and all that other stuff. You know, again, we're society as we've advanced and had ways to try to overcome problems. But all that's just not natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, if those things didn't exist, you know, Certain people be fuck out of luck. And so that's why I say this is my thing. Is like, because the more we're pushing this effeminate agenda, this effeminate black male agenda, the less families you have. You know what I'm saying? And black families are already like an endangered species. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. But part of this, when I went back to the single mom thing, is this is kind of what's happening. You may have a single mom, and women do this, and sometimes women do this and don't even realize like the impact that it has on their children. And they'll say negative stuff, maybe about the child's father, about men in general, or whatever, right? So if you have a daughter, well, that influences her thinking. If you have a son, it influences his thinking. But his thinking is like, either he's believing all this negative stuff that you said about men. Well, being a man is a terrible thing, right? Well, why do I want to be that? I love my mom. I don't want her to hate me. Why would I want to be a man? And so he becomes effeminate. He becomes, all these other things. And then there's a lot of women who encourage a lot of this little weird shit. I've known women who said, I hope I have a gay son. That's dumb as shit. Like, why wouldn't you just want to have a daughter? Like, why would you, like, hope, like, if it happens, I guess you deal with it or whatever. But, like, to willingly want that seems weird as fuck to me. So, like I said, that behavior, listening to that type of shit, makes those young boys not want to be men. They become effeminate. They don't want to deal with, the responsibility, the problem that it takes to be a man. And they'd rather compete in life as women. It's easier. And I'm not saying that women just have it all way easier as men as a whole, but what I'm saying, for a man to act like a woman is easier. Nobody's going to hold you accountable. Nobody's going to hold you responsible. You automatically become a protected class. You get treated special for no fucking reason. And then if you play fucking women's sports, you're like the fucking Michael Jordan of everything, right? It makes you feel good. And if you convince yourself that you're something you're not. Man, I don't even want to, The Rock. The Rock. Boy, The Rock disappointed me.
This is a well-laid plan.
Very much so.
A lot of us fell for it. We're the canary in the coal mine.
Sure, it could be heard.
I'd advise other ethnicities to not go this path.
I appreciate the love. Strong Grant says, this is a well-laid plan. A lot of us fell for it. We're the canary in the coal mine. I advise the other ethnicities not to go this path. That's the funny thing. And y'all know I'm going to say it. I know y'all been waiting for me to say it. But there is a particular group of individuals who support a particular set of ideals that is the fuel behind a lot of this shit. But, like I said, it's almost like you put these people on the front line to be the shield, to take the brunt of all the bullshit, Like I say, it blows my mind. I've talked about like those HIV commercials and shit. It's like always black people. It's always like some effeminate ass black dude is the star of the commercial. Like, black people make a small percentage up of the country, like 13, probably, maybe still, who knows, maybe 11 or something by now. And then gay people themselves make a small percentage of the population, right? So, or an extremely small percentage of the population. So it's like, I would think the black gay percentage would be extremely small. Like, I think it would be on the lower end of like, I guess, of gay ethnicities, I would think. Unless you're directly targeting them for a particular reason. So it's like, why are these the ones at the forefront of all these fucking commercials? Because a commercial is going to star the demographic that they're targeting. You know what I'm saying? And so you see all that shit, and it's always some weird shit, black tranny or some weird stuff going on. It's always black. And I'm just like, everybody else has these same issues. So why is it so much more so that? There's one other point I want to make. I need to start taking notes, and then we'll open up the lines. We'll start taking some calls. Gillum, yeah. Gillum is a real interesting thing, and I don't want to talk about fucking silly Porter. And Gillum's a real interesting thing too, because now, like I said, and again, we know the party, we know the groups, we know the people who are pushing this agenda. Now it's, something different. Now it's why are there no prominent straight black men in the Democratic Party? Can anybody answer that for me in the chat? If not, maybe when I open up the lines, we can call in. Um, why are there no straight black men being promoted, being you know pushed to the forefront of the Democratic Party? Yeah, Barack Obama. There's some questions about that guy, and I'm not even talking about the Michelle stuff. There were some other things that came out a while back about some possibilities and some things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's the man with kids, but Obama was the gay president. Like, his whole agenda was for gay people. He did more for gays than he did for blacks. You know what I'm saying? Cory Booker is very not strong in the wrist. If you think that Cory Booker is a straight black man, I got some property in Idaho, beachfront. I'm letting it go for the low. You just let me know. Hit me on my Snapchat. So again, who crying ass Van Jones, that fucking tearjerker, fucking god damn it, Trump won. Y'all don't understand. So that's my thing, right? Exactly, 12, because we know exactly what that is. Oh man. So The Rock should have been the dead time. Well, I can't do it. I'm not talking about The Rock. The Rock, it was super funny because I didn't notice it until recently, until somebody said something. I think The Rock, they say when you're on that juice, it gives you additional features and stuff. And The Rock had a picture right after this too, and somebody was like, he's just another dude with tits. And I saw this picture. And I'm not gonna lie, it was probably not the most flattering picture of The Rock. It wasn't like some Photoshop or anything. It was something he posted up, and I was just like, I guess maybe when somebody says something, like it gets in your head, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh yeah, that's what it is. So, you know what I mean? Like that, And so that's my thing, and it's like, and that's why I can't rock with it. Like, again. Honestly, like I said, I hate all politicians. They're all trash and they're terrible. But there's one group in particular under the guys, if you've listened, what was it, the Wolf and the Fox? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are siding with the fox, letting the fox in the hen house, right? Oh, because, they got a plan for us. Ain't no fucking plan for you. Those fuckers that had you under their thumb for fucking 60 years and they never gave you a fucking plan. I was looking at, what is this that everybody's, Trump didn't have a plan for black people. Biden has a plan. Where's that plan at? That plan is not for black people, it's for everybody, right? And that's cool. I'm not saying, anything about it, but like, don't say, because if you read it, and in the talking points, in the fine print, the terms change. But this is what we're going to do for Black America, and then it'll list a stat: Black Americans suffering or down bad, whatever, for whatever reason. Then, so what we're going to do is we're going to give all the protected classes some benefits and some assets. Like that's kind of the way they were worded. Like I don't have a specific one in mind. Like I said, I need to take better notes. But and it was like that all the way down the thing. Black people are suffering from this. So what we're going to do is we're going to give women and people of color and y'all fucking I fucking hate the term people of color. Right? Like in some things, I've repressed a lot on some of these things. Like, and so I have to find like a thin line of what I will and what I can't say. Because there's certain no words on the tube, and I like, if y'all knew how often I like catch myself like 10 words ahead because I'm about to say some shit. It happens very often. But like I said, man, I hate this fucking term people of color, because when it was color people, ain't nobody want to get down with that shit. when it was, oh, what about them coloreds? What about that? Ain't wasn't nobody getting down with this. Oh, well, let's just reverse it a little bit and make it sound good. People of color. Yeah, I'm PO, man. Fuck you. If you ain't want to be colored, you don't want to be POC. Fuck you. It's such a stupid fucking term, bro. And it's like, and black folks who embrace that shit get on my fucking nerves. Like let's stop all the woo shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting way off topic because we talked about emasculate, but like I said, I'm finna start rampaging on some other shit. Like, but again, that particular party promotes nothing but questionable black men. Would you say Obama was the most masculine guy? I don't think anybody would sit here and say, like, he was a smooth talker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he talked smooth. He dressed weird. Fucking wore mom jeans. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't say that his appearance wasn't the most masculine dude. There are no aggressive, there are no masculine, no dominant appearing black men in the Democratic Party. But yet, this is supposed to be the party of black people, or that, you know, black people align themselves with. And you wonder why they force feeding you all this BLM shit, they force feeding you all this rainbow flag shit, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And niggas eating it up because the Democrats said, you know, hey, like, man, come on, you dumb as shit. Like, you know, somebody had a good fucking analogy, right? And they're like, well, they were talking to somebody I follow on Twitter, and they were like, well, why don't you ever talk about conservatives and the Republicans? And it's like, well, dog, if I walk out my office and I see somebody directly assaulting a friend of mine, right? Why would I be worried about the person across the street just watching it happen? You know what I mean? And that's basically saying the person whooping the friend's ass is what he was referring to as Democrats, because they're implementing policies that hurt black people, or they're trying to push these policies that hurt black people. Niggas don't even realize the shit. And then, you know, the conservatives are like, well, you know, you can either be all in or all out. It ain't we're not going to do this exclusivity shit. We're not going to do all this extra shit. So you can get down to get down, or, you know, keep doing what you've been doing. And people want to get mad at motherfuckers because they're not saying special words to make you feel good. But the motherfuckers who are telling you those special key words, those buzzwords that make you feel like they doing something for you, they fucking hitting you with the okie doke. Like, and you eating that shit up. You know, and so that's what bothers me. That's the thing that bothers me, like the deception. All right, let me open up the line. I've been talking for a fucking long ass time. I'm all over the place. But it's good to be back in the den. You know, like I said, it's been a little bit, and so we're gonna get it back right. And bleep blah bloop. I'm kind of mad. I'm really mad. And so I've been trying to play it off. I'm very upset. PayPal hit me with the okie doke today, and I'm waiting on them to get back with me because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened there. But I don't even remember the name of the fucking shit. I'm over tripping. Oh, I guess I just spelled that shit right. That helps, right? But like I said, I did have some good news because the company that I always used to order my samples and shit from, you know, I guess they finally gotten over their Rona issues, and so should be lining up some new merch, some new shirts and things here real soon. Make sure that's the right number. All right, we're cool. Again, so when you call in today, I want to know your thoughts, man. Do you feel like America is pushing an agenda to emasculate black men? Do you think black men are more feminized? And if you feel free, I mean, if you want to say men as a whole, whatever it may be, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know how you feel about the current state of affairs in America. And then I know, what is it, tomorrow's a debate? And I know some den folk have been asking. We will stream the debate in the Discord. And we can watch it live. We can all chop it up together and watch that in the Discord tomorrow when it comes on. So make sure you are in there. Put the number up. I guess that helps things. Doodle 855-948-0369 if you want to call in, share your thoughts. Let me get up in the chat. I haven't been. There we go. Okay. Well, let me see. We're saying that he's not ADOS. I say the truth is truth. Yeah, that's my thing too. Like what Obama's like. It's really weird because we embrace him, in a weird way, but like we embrace him in a way that we won't embrace other like regular niggas. But we'll get to that in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this afternoon? Oh, it might be on the wrong mic. Hold on, make sure she can hear it. I forgot I had to adjust both of them. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this afternoon?
Hello?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Me amo, whatever. Oh.
No hablo español. No entiendo.
Why you answer so quick?
Huh?
I said, why you answer the phone so quick?
What do you mean? I actually answered it and I messed it up and I was on the wrong mic and I changed the mic and answered again. What do you want me to, you want me to hang up on you and put you on hold?
Well, shit, I wasn't really. Let me put my wig on right quick.
No.
Hold on. Okay. All right. What's up? What y'all talking about?
Well, what color wig you got on? Before I can continue this conversation, I need to know the color of the wig.
Burgundy, blue, and purple.
Oh, we're gonna talk about you in the stream this week. Anyway, so do you feel like black men in America now are becoming more effeminate or being more feminized?
Becoming more effeminate? That's what you said?
Yes.
I think they're becoming emasculated, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what the media wants to do so that people don't fear black men. If you emasculate them, then you reduce the fear of them.
Okay, so you think it's a fear tactic or a way of I guess erasing the stigma around black men by instead of them being angry, just make them all gay, or make them
Pretty
all more
much,
feminine,
yeah.
less threatening. Okay.
Make them less threatening. Yep.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is the main cause of this mentality?
The feeling of it's fear. Like I said, yeah, it's basically fear.
Okay. But like
fear
I said,
of the black man and his anger and everything.
but who do you think is like the who is pushing? Like who is in your opinion, the force behind this? Like what is the biggest who's the biggest perpetrator of pushing this narrative?
The white people.
You mean the white people? Or why do you say the white people?
Because that's who I think it is.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Why do you?
Because those the ones they be scared of me. Shit, I'm a black woman.
Well, you do carry a knife and a gun, so I mean, I'd be scared too.
But they didn't see it.
You might have had to handle you probably got one of them Crocodile Dundee knives and shit. You know what I'm saying? They might be afraid.
Excuse me, Mr. Honcho. I look very friendly and approachable, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I'm the black cat.
I would love to believe that. I really would. But something tells me. Something,
you know what? I said you didn't know me.
Yeah, I would say, I was born in the daytime.
My conscience was in the back of my mind say, bitch, stop lying. So let's move along.
Okay. So you think it's white people? Do you think it's a particular group of white people? Do you think that like?
No, I just think white people in general. That's the only race that's really scared of black people. That's why they attack us and are racist against us because they're scared of us. No other race really attacks black people like white people do.
What about Asian people?
Who?
What about Asian people? They be fighting the bitch be in the hair store trying to steal the weed. They fucking. I seen one leap off the counter, do a 360 Ryu roundhouse, put a bitch to sleep.
But that's when you come trying to get something to theirs. See, you don't even be fucking with white people, and they be on some bullshit.
Really? When has a white person fuck with you, you just mind your own business?
How many scenarios you want? I've been in the elevator, white lady grabbing her purse and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was at this place and I went to the wrong car. The man hit his locks like I was trying to carjack him or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just been a lot of different stuff, you know.
Okay, okay.
And they nosy as hell. White people nosy.
Mm.
Don't tell me you ain't never been at your job and you come in late and shit, and then the white people talking about, well, what happened? You ain't my fucking boss. Don't ask me what happened.
Mm.
Man, your business and do your damn work.
Well, see, I always be on time. I might not be on time for the stream, but I be on time when
But
had a
they see the other
consistent
white
employee.
people coming in behind you. They'll ask them what happened, where they live. Don't ask me shit neither.
Mm. Okay. So you feel like they're nosy. You feel like that they're spreading
Oh,
fear.
not just nosy. They snitch too. You know when the boss come in, guess who the first one? Walk into their office, all like they got a whole bunch of shit to tell them.
Maybe they wanted to tell them a nice story from what happened over the weekend.
Honcho, now stop bullshitting. You know that snitch walk, that walk they do.
What's the snitch walk? Hold on, you gotta explain that one to me. I ain't been snitched on in a long time, not that I know of. How the snitch walk work? How that go?
You know, with the arms swinging and looking, you know how they be doing.
Okay, okay.
You know.
I be threatening people. I don't even better not snitch on me. Okay. So what do
They
you?
think they gonna snitch on you the next day for threatening them. So you gotta be careful with that
Let's see,
too.
well, you gotta be careful. You gotta, you don't. Let me correct that. Don't make threats, make promises. But you know,
Right.
my thing is. So what is the remedy to this? How do we fix this problem? How do we we get away from this, or do you think it's too deeply ingrained at this point?
I think we need to start beating their ass. That's what I think.
So you think beating up white people is
Start
gonna
fucking
make
them up.
black men masculine again?
When they do something to you, start fucking them up. When they calling the police on you, fuck them up.
But then they gonna call the police on you again, and have a real reason.
And when you get out, go fuck them up again. Eventually, somebody gonna fall.
Nah, you gonna run out of bail money. So you're gonna be a repeat offender and
Well,
shit.
then you do a GoFundMe then, and
Mm.
you'll be all right.
GoFundMe don't work unless you did.
I hope people know I'm just talking shit. I mean,
That's why I'm fucking with you. People like that.
these people is crazy anyway.
But nah, but I mean, but in seriousness though, because it is an issue, and
But you
I
know
know.
what? We have to take control of our own images that we want to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Stop volunteering for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I see a damn HIV commercial, it's a goddamn gay black man on there. Now I know that's a high risk group, but goddamn it, so it's gay white men. Why y'all always putting us center stage for shit like that? And then they had the little black boy, talking he could be a princess and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, son of a bitch! I didn't mean to cut you off, but you just made me think about some shit. Have you seen that fucking TikTok commercial?
No, I haven't seen it.
Man, I caught part of it during the fucking game yesterday, and it wasn't that long of a commercial, but I swear they turned about 4 niggas gay in the damn. By the time the commercial was over, it was a black dude. They got a beard and everything. Next you know, a princess dress and some other weird shit. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Like, again, you a grown ass dude with a full fucking beard. You fucking about 6'4", 250, look like you lift 400 pounds, and you over here looking like Terry Crews and shit, and you trying to be fucking Belle of the Ball and some nonsense. Like I say, this shit is
That's what I'm talking about.
sick in his brain.
We didn't start this shit, but we always the ones put at the forefront of it, like in the commercials and all the other kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, emasculation.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what the fuck, Scott? I forgot you was even in here, nigga. You almost got punched. Damn it. and so there's another thing, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with the feminization, but this kind of ties into another thing that I kind of have beef with. And I was gonna do a short video on it later, but I'm actually doing a different topic. Have you seen the new Fashion Nova clothes for little girls?
Oh, don't tell me they got them looking like thoughts and bots.
Yeah, not too far from it. And that's what I'm saying.
But see, that's on us for buying that shit. Parents didn't even buy that shit. You know, people gonna put shit out there. That don't mean you got to go put your child in it.
But the sick part about it is that there's so many people, and not being biased, but it's mainly women, who think that this shit is cute. Like I see a lot of issue with women and thinking that making little girls more mature before their time is a thing or is a form of liberation or they're fighting the patriarchy. No, that's dumb shit. Like, niggas know better. The only nigga who would approve of some shit like that is a fucking pedophile. But there are a lot of normal women who think that's okay.
And that's where father's supposed to step up and take them clothes and burn all that shit up. And burn her shit up too.
But that's part of the problem when the fathers ain't in the home. And we know that that's a rampant problem.
Burn one of her good wigs. She gonna stop the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know, because these men don't do enough. You know what I'm saying, to protect their daughters. You know, when you there and available. That's not just up for your woman to dress your daughter. You got to say so in there too, because that's partly your child, and that child is representing you too and your image. So you need to put your foot in her ass and get on that shit.
I agree. Being back, putting your foot in somebody's ass great again. That's part of the problem now, because you can't touch nobody. Honestly, that's the biggest issue we got nowadays in the country as a whole, is a lot of people ain't been punched in the mouth, and that shit shows. Because people just feel too free to just say some of the most off the wall fucking shit because there's no consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why all these behaviors are running rampant. But do you feel like the fact that we have so many single mothers, especially in the black community and other races, I'm not going to dismiss it, because those numbers are rising rapidly also.
Would you be willing to admit that the TikTok commercial was better than the game at Honcho?
That people have been so successful at
hashtag bullshit on parade, #Vilio Hosco 2 go, hashtag O in 3 life.
I don't really see a correlation with that. I think the black man needs to step up and take control of his own image. Now, if you saying far as the women raising these young boys, if that's the aspect, if that's the view you take it, then I can understand. I can see where you coming from. With young men being around women, all women, then I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's more the angle that I'm getting at, because I think we don't have enough mentors. Some of the ones that are mentors are janky. And like I can understand why people get out the hood, don't come back, or they don't want to be a part of certain. Like I totally get it, and I commend those who do, and I don't fault those who don't. Like it's your life to make these choices, but also too, I think you got a lot of women who are angry at men, so they don't even want their sons around. Whatever they think, or they bring them around.
But think about something for a minute. Think about something for a minute. The black woman is known as being strong, so the image that the young man should see would be a strong image now. So where all this effeminate shit coming from is, I don't know. I'm confused.
But even a strong woman is, I think there's a difference between a strong woman and a masculine woman. The term strong, and I think what some people think strong is more of a defense mechanism than actual strength. So I think that, matter of fact, I'm gonna jot this down. We're gonna that would be a whole show to get into.
If you think of black women just in general, a lot of them not so feminine. So I mean, I'm a black woman. I am saying that they're not that feminine as other races of women that I see.
Okay. Look, Rashida, you the gift that keeps on giving. You gave about 3 more topics we're gonna talk about. First, we're gonna be that wig with the multicolors, and we're gonna talk about Are black women feminine? We're gonna talk about that sometime this week or sometime soon.
They're not. Shit. What I'm gonna sit up here and laugh for?
Why do you think that is? Is it because they've had to be so strong that they've lost the ability to get in touch with that feminine side?
Because sometimes being too feminine can be seen as being weak, and they want to represent a strong image. So that, I guess, that just goes hand in hand. If you think about it, and think about the women in your family, how often do you see them cry and be vulnerable?
Now, this is my thing, and this is where I say I think maybe I'm a little different, and I'm thankful for certain blessings. Now, my mom's side and my dad's side, two completely different groups of people. If I was to say the more macho ladies, they would definitely be on my dad's side. I ain't spent a whole lot of time around them, but when I was, never saw a grandma. She's probably one of the quote unquote strongest women I've ever known. Like, my grandma was a fucking soldier. My grandpa, he was cool, he clocked out a long time ago though, but he held his own down. But the same, like I say, so like my grandparents, like they set the standard for, the family structure. And all of the kids, like especially on my mom's side, like none of the women on my mom's side of the family are masculine. Like, at all, really. And so but I would say they're all strong and they're all right. That's a good thing. Yeah, so that's why I say I look at it differently. But on my dad's side, some of them bitches could probably snatch an engine block out of a car barehanded. You feel me? Like, it's like it's a different breed. That country shit is different. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say a lot of the stuff. What I say when I look at it, because I have a different perspective compared to a lot of people I've known. Like, and I've been fortunate that, I guess, that side of my family is like that. Haven't spent more time seeing women like that. Like, even when I say that side of my family, only one woman on my mom's side of the family wears like weave or like that. So that's why it was like always a different thing to me. It took me a while to grasp and understand how all that shit worked. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Yeah. But I'm not saying there are not any feminine black women. I'm just saying that it's a lot of masculine ones, and they're not gay either. Yeah. So, it is what it is.
No, I would agree, because I think even with a lot of these little booty models and all that stuff, like somebody said a long time ago that basically black women imitate black men. So maybe if they make all the black men effeminate, then the black women will become feminine again. They'll just start copying it. But all jokes aside, but if you see it, think about it. Like all these the IG models and all this other stuff. They go get fucking grills and tattoos and do all that. They still get the fake asses and all that other shit. But it's like, that's not necessarily considered like feminine traits. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind a chick with tattoos. You know what I'm saying? But in certain places, it has to be something small. And in certain places, you can't be fucking sleeved up and just covered all up. Anyway, that's all the conversation. But yeah, even what the men are supposed to be finding attractive, what some black men find attractive. It's kind of has a masculine element to it, so that's real sad.
And then, see, women have this thing where they want men to be how you say it, more in touch with their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's a man. He's not supposed to be so soft and I don't know. It's just yuck to me. Like, why you want some weak crybaby man cry more than you do? Come on now, stop. That's what makes him a man.
Do you think women respect men more who pose a threat? Not saying that they really want to threaten them, but that a man who they feel has the capacity for violence, do you think they respect him more than a crybaby man?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I don't care what you like in a man. You want a man that can protect you emotionally and physically. I mean, even if you can protect yourself, you still want him to have the ability. You don't want him hiding behind you when something go down.
That would be terrible.
He's jumping behind you, talking about, baby, get him. What you mean, baby, get him? What is you here for, jumping behind me for?
Yeah, that definitely changes the dynamic of the relationship at that point. Um,
And that's the end of the relationship.
yeah, you
Period.
just leaving where he was. Yeah, and that's the problem though. But again, like I said, you got so many men who are flip flopping, switching to the other side, doing all, because then they don't have to be responsible for anything like that. They don't have to be men, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have to live up to that standard. Like and them motherfuckers want to fight women and do all that other weird shit. Like that, it's a
I ain't talking about no man gonna fight no woman. I'm just talking about in a situation. I ain't even talking about a man that want to fight all the time. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
But I'm just saying that now because of the situation, all these things that are going on, like men have become so soft and so woman like, that they think that these things are okay.
Can't stick around, but I popped in to give my 2 cents.
Now, I ain't talking
Yes.
about where you got old.
You can thank the entertainment industry and cultural Marxists.
Here you go fight. I'm not talking about that kind of situation either. But you do have those kind of women. You know what I'm saying? All running off at the mouth and then jump. Then when the shit go down, call to you, want you to get involved. No, I ain't talking about that situation.
And appreciate the love, Backfire. I agree. The entertainment industry and cultural marks. I definitely agree. People are pushing a weird agenda.
Well, you know what? Before I go, because I'm going to wrap my call up,
Okay.
I want to tell you about the guy from the Black Lives Matter Atlanta that got arrested for fraud.
Oh, tell me about it. What happened? I didn't even hear about that shit.
They found out the chapter it was a scam and he was spending money, bought him a new house and all this other kind of stuff, took donations and shit. Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter Atlanta chapter.
No, look, Atlanta, well, Florida probably the scam capital, but Atlanta not far behind. So they right there. So he fought in line, but that's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say, man. Look.
Yeah, so just be careful who you out here giving your donations to. That's all I can say.
Exactly. I got all the PS5 for sale. Y'all just send me the money first.
He set it up. He set it up with the intention of. He set it up for the specific intention of scamming. He didn't have shit to do with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. I think that's how most of the movement is. I think a lot of people don't have nothing to do. They just see an opportunistic chance to do some shit. Some of them see people out there riding and fighting. They well, fuck it, I can go out here and destroy something. I'm bored. I've been in the house all day anyway. Like I don't think everybody associate themselves with that movement. Even the people at the very top really give a fuck about Black lives. They just want to see what advantage.
I kind of agree with you. At first, I thought you were just talking crazy, but now I'm starting to see better and clearer, and you was on it. You was on the money.
The rain is gone.
Yeah, just like you think Popeye chicken sounds. You were the first to see it. That's right,
man. Like this is my thing, and well, I got you. Maybe that's not just you, but this is what people got to understand about me, man. Because I say a lot of stuff, and I think people think that I'm like anti-black. That's not the case. I want black people to be better. Yeah, I want black people to be better. Yeah. Like I want us to raise our standards. If we want better, we have to raise our standards. And that's just what that's what I'm on. Like I don't care if you white, black, man, if you on some goofy dumb shit, then you on some goofy dumb shit. But I focus on that. I point that out because I especially with black folks, I want people to just kind of look at me, hey man, I'm better than that. I don't have to associate myself with this identity or with this. Like, I'm way better than this. And I want niggas to stop associating themselves with poverty and low class and shit. Like, niggas hear the word, people hear the word black people hear the word black and automatically start thinking that. So I'm not against black people. I want black people to think differently, to change the perspective. And so again, like I say, set the standard. So I say a lot of stuff that makes people uncomfortable, or they think, but it's not that. It's just you got to change the perspective in which you seeing it to kind of have a better understanding.
Right, you're right. But change takes time. You are what you call a pioneer. Eventually, everybody will see what you're talking about. So just gotta stay the path. They'll catch on eventually.
Well, if not, we'll always have fun at the end, even if it don't. Hey, me and the den folk, we gonna kick it super tough. So you gonna watch the debate with us tomorrow night?
Right.
You gonna watch the debate with us tomorrow night? 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock. Okay. 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 11 o'clock.
What kind of fight is?
Not a debate. I hope it's a fight. I would love to see a fight. I'd love to watch them two old white men duke it out on stage. Somebody gonna break a hip, but that ain't gonna happen. But the presidential debate. I'm gonna stream it live in the den, and we gonna watch them shits.
I don't know. I see.
All right, well, that's a BET. Well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you jumping off the conversation today, and always a good conversation. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us.
All right, give me my first caller for pistachios too.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let me get back, and now that you mentioned, let me get back in the groove. Like I say, let me get back to the things that made the den great again. I got you.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, y'all take care. See y'all later.
All right, appreciate the comments, Rashida.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, I gotta get back on all that. And I saw somebody, Sage. And you had asked about the was it about the Black Mirror episode? Here, hold on, put your hold 1 second. About the Black Mirror episode, and it's not necessarily about that, but yeah, actually, and that's funny because I just seen old buddy. I stopped watching Black Mirror after it. I like Black Mirror. I thought it was a good show up until that point. And after that episode, I ain't watching no more. I refuse to ever watch it again. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this afternoon?
What's going on, Honcho?
Wait, what's the motherfucking deal? What's on your mind? Wait, man, do you feel like America is emasculating the black man?
No, women are emasculating the black man. There's too many single mothers out here raising these motherfucking children, running the men off, and they do have some men out here that ain't stepping up with their responsibilities. I want to say that shit first and foremost, because you don't want to get the women in an uproar. So it does start with some of these hoe ass men, but at the end of the day, real men don't take up for sucker ass niggas like that. That's first and foremost. Men don't take up for trash.
Correct.
So I just want to get that up out of the way right now. But let's let the cat out of the motherfucking bag. Women are failing these men. Point blank period. They raising them, and they raising them to be subservient, simp ass, low class ass, no respect having ass men. In the end, they're not teaching them what they need to know. They don't know the first thing about being a man, but they want to claim they know what a real man is. No one who can keep what they claim no one can keep something that they don't have. So if you can't do that, then how the fuck can you pass on information that is valuable to this man longer in the run? When women teach young boys about women, they teach them about the women who are at their end, who are no longer desirable. That's first and foremost. So when your mama's out here saying, oh, you should be sweet, oh, you should be this, oh, you should be that, oh, this is what you need to do to keep on playing, she's doing that shit when a woman has met her end physically. She don't bring nothing to the table overall, and let's just be right, she's not even, and she no longer has any true value of what a man would want to pour all of his all into it. A lot of men get hurt early on in their careers because they don't have the right information about women to even appease women. And it isn't until you start to talk to older men who are in, and not women, because you cannot talk to women about relationships. No woman is going to tell you the truth about relationships and how to be successful for a woman. No woman. Not my mama, not your mama, not Trill mama, not nobody mama. And I'm not putting nobody's moms out, but I'm just saying no mother sets their sons up right for especially relationships with women down the line. Point blank period. You had to learn this shit on your own. You had to go out here and make mistakes. You had to realize that you had to do the reverse opposite of everything that you were taught when you were brought up in order to be successful with women. And as far as the way that men, as far as the feminization, bro, women, coddle their sons. They don't, I understand they raise their daughters, but they coddle their sons. Like they're way harder on their daughters because they have to be more successful, and they shelter the fuck out of their sons. I don't know why it's like that. And I see that, and I know this is true because I've seen it with my own mother-in-law, how she treats her daughters versus how she treats her son, who is a 33-year-old loser. So I see the writing on the wall. I see a situation where there are so many women who don't want to tell the truth. And at the end of the day, they raise their son to be everything in reality that they would never want in a relationship, let alone as a man who's leading their family. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things that I see that it's going to always be a topic of discussion because it's always an evolving door where women are out here endorsing their sons to put on dresses. No man is doing that. No man is saying it's cool for his motherfucking son to put on no dress if he's not already a closet homosexual or he's outwardly gay.
So I got a question for you. That's a very interesting point. So how do you feel about Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade is a sucker because he lets his woman not only dictate the way that he gets to live, he's unconsciously, like, I don't know what term I want to use right now, but like he can be swayed anyway, and at the end of the way, Gabrielle Union does not respect Dwayne Wade. She does not respect him. The same way fucking what's that bitch name with the big lips who was with Brad Pitt? What's her name? Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with Trill. That bitch does not respect fucking Brad Pitt because of what she was able to put on him and the fact that she can change his mind at the drop of a hat. If you stand on ideal, if you have an ideology,
no, not black men.
Stand on your
it's
ideology,
just you and your long hair. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Your woman will always respect the fact that you a man and she can't change your mind. Women do not want men who can fucking have their mans changed at the drop of a hat. They don't like followers. They like leaders.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, when you creating followers, you have no idea because you don't have a leader in your life. You're not a leader your damn self. How the fuck can you teach a man how to be a leader when you're the ultimate follower? It makes no sense to me. I understand this shit going. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about it. I can understand if some people have a problem, or they can be like, how can he talk like this? How can he say it? Because it's reality. But so many women will sit here and lie, and they won't even get there. Yeah, they'll be beatboxing. They'll have all this shit to say. Oh, how can they deal with this? How can whoever he's with deal with this, bro? Because she's a realist and she understands the same shit I say, and the same shit that affects me and that I get mad about, she gets mad about it before I do. And we can have conversations about this shit for a long day, but hands down, women are the downfall of men, especially young men. When they not only do they push the father out, they get assistance from the government, and somehow, some way, you're promoting homosexuality on your son. You want them to dress up. Oh, it's okay if he dresses up in the skirt. That's some fuck shit. And any woman out here promoting that shit, you are the major part of the problem. Matter of fact, you're the whole fucking problem. Because he should just accept or whatever, because I guarantee you, if that was your man, don't be mad when you come home from work and his homeboy blowing his motherfucking back out in your bed. But then you want to play crazy and act like you didn't know he was already like that. Oh, I knew. How many bitches is in that predicament right now?
Oh, it's quite a few, couple of popular ones too.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, men have to not only be there, and they have to be available, and they have to be able to take these young men on their own and really give them the game. Because at the end of the day, I hate when people say that women got the best game. They get their game from fucking men. What are you talking about? There is no game. You don't have any fucking intuition. Your intuition is built off of fucking. Your intuition, this supposed intuition, is built off of fucking what's the shit like? What's the word that when you do shit every day? What's the word I'm looking for?
Talking about repetition.
No, not repetition. Fuck, it slipped in my mind. Like I got the word, but I can't think of it right now. Fuck, it's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me in a second. But the whole
routine
intuition shit is built, routine. It's built off of routine. If you come in, there is no intuition that pops up if you do the same thing and you're consistently doing the same thing every day. The moment you switch something up that is not in your routine is the moment that suspicion even pops up in the woman brain. She has nothing to go off of until the routine is out of whack. If you come home and you take a bath every fucking day, and the moment that you come home and you don't take a bath, that's when she's suspicious. The moment that you don't let her look at your phone when she always looks at your phone, that's when she's suspicious. The moment that somebody starts popping up, and if you always were telling people, hey, don't say certain shit like this, I got my wife on me, and the moment you don't correct a certain person because she feels that that's somebody that you would look at, that's when it's suspicious. This whole intuition shit, that shit, come on, man, be real. Be real. That's a falsehood. That's a complete falsehood. People gonna say, I'm angry right now. And this is how the human brain works. You can always tell like what people's responses gonna end up being, because this is some shit that affects people. This is some shit that's gonna affect my son down the road that he's gonna have to come up with. But luckily he got me in his life, and he's gonna know certain aspects, and the fact that he is around girls, he already understands female nature at a very early age. At 4 years old, he is very well aware of female nature. Not the fact that he's extremely handsome. He's gonna be able to get away with a whole lot of shit as he gets older, but he's gonna know the game in a different way that I wouldn't have known if my father would have pulled me to the side and my mother would have told me the truth about these women. Women have to tell the truth to their sons about these fucking women first, and then then everybody would be fucking. Then all relationships, as well as the way that your leaders come out in the end, you can respect these men more when you're willing to tell the truth. The reason that you don't have the respect of these men is because they don't have the respect from their mothers from being honest. You want honesty until you let's be even more real. And this is a notion that I thought of just yesterday. Women don't want honesty until they completely exhausted their options. And when you really delve deep into what I just said, it's not until women fall off, it's not until women get pregnant and they have babies and they not desirable anymore, or it's not until the point where people see their patterns over and over again and people don't want to deal with it, that now that they want to act right, and now they want a good men, and now they want to take all the shit that these simps do, now that shit's important to them. You see, they ass backwards the way that they build relationships. They build from the top down, we build from the ground up. There's no foundation, there's no roof that is set right without building the ground from the ground to the front to the top. You build shit in layers. Sex is hands down at the bottom of the totem pole for women. That shit is at the forefront for us. We get that evil out of our way, then we can care about everything else. Women want to care about dudes' hearts and all of that shit first, because at the end of the day, that's the shit that they value. We don't value the same shit up front, nor should we. You wouldn't be a man if you didn't do what nature intended. The same way, don't be mad at these women for their mind frames and the way that they think, because that's the way nature intended it. But what she needs is someone to help direct her emotion in the right way and use it for good and not for evil. She can't do it on her own. And who's the more rational of the two species? Men are.
I agree.
So if you have all that, how can you preach equality? Well, what's the sense of equality? What is equality even proving? What does it prove? Nature intended it to be this way. I'm all over the place. I know it. But it's a conversation that's going to always be all over the place. It's no one facet of this game where you're just going to be able to lock in on it and say, that's it. That's the end all be all. You know, so, I mean, people got to start fucking being honest. Men have to seek out other men to be able to teach them the game properly, and women have to be fucking honest about what reality is and what turns women on and what women desire from men. When they can do that, when those two sides can collide, less strife will be out here in these streets. Less heartache, more killings, and it'll be more building you'll be able to build each other up in a way to where there won't be any fighting. There won't be any of this bullshit, just bullshit back and forth. It won't be any cause for any of that because people can be upfront enough to be honest about what they want. But hands down, women are the downfall of this effeminization of black men specifically. Then you can probably say Hollywood. And then you can allude to the government because the government put in programs for women to go against men to take them out of the households that they benefit from. And then they want to call themselves single mothers when they still have fathers that still are in their child's lives. How does that work?
Yeah, that's a real interesting thing to me too. You know, you have somebody else, you know, paying child support or actively involved in the child's life,
Right.
and then you know, because the term single mother, I think it generates a feeling from others, solicits a feeling from other people, and you know,
Right.
especially if you looking or appear to be doing it all on your own, you know, then that maybe increases her value in other people, some people's eyes, you know. But I
Right.
don't understand it either. Like if you're not wholeheartedly doing everything by yourself, then you're not a single mother.
You see, and this is what I'm saying. Like I get in here, I know she trolling right now, but like now I hate women. No, I love women. I love women, but I love one woman specifically more than any other woman in the world, and that's Courtney Jeray Davis, the woman who I put a ring on, who I asked to be in marriage with, and she said yes. She thinks exactly the way I do. She's a little bit more, of course she's more feminine. She's everything. She's what every woman should be, but what most women are not. She recognizes it, and it pisses her off more than it pisses me off. And because she knows our son is going to have to deal with this on a totally different level by the time he's of age to date women. And it scares her. He gonna have to worry about if he fuck with somebody, is it really a dude? He gonna have to worry about like this whole clout chasing shit, this whole notion of being the level of entitlement that is now. Imagine this shit 10, 15 years from now when he's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a scary time we're in, and this shit ain't gonna get no better because of the powers who be and because of the power that is given and is being abused because they think that's the way that power goes. It's just not. It's not what it is. It's just not. It's not what it is, man.
I would agree. You know, people when they perceive, they say, and they do certain things in the pursuit of power, and a lot of those people do it. Let me word this properly. Do what they think other people would do to them, when in reality, people ain't thinking about it like that, you know. But it's those who achieve it in a unnatural way, you know, or just want to be given to them. Like I say, you don't understand what goes into the responsibility of having power and the things that it takes to maintain that, and people just want it just because.
I'm Lobo. I mean, I'm not into labels. I don't know what this whole. I don't even know what you mean by that, so I'm gonna let that slide. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it is to be a conservative. I'm not into politics. I don't give a fuck about none of this bullshit that's going on. I just care about me and mine and being good to people and mending relationships and putting myself on another plateau. I could care like that, like little simple shit that I can't control. I don't worry about. And I'm finding that to be more of the case as I get older. I care less about shit that does not concern me.
Mm-hmm. That's how I started the thing out. I was just like, I don't care about problems that don't involve me or somebody that I have a personal investment in. Like if I don't know somebody I don't know about, like I'm not going out seeking how I can solve that, or I'm not trying to save the world. You know, it is what it is. You know, so.
Right.
Okay. That's an interesting take. I wasn't expecting that one. So you say women are the main reason that things are happening the way they are right now with black men becoming more
when it comes to the effeminization, of men, absolutely. Look at the shit that they bro, they letting little boys that's 5-6 years old put on makeup. They're saying it's okay if he wants to be a girl. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because he's the daughter she always wanted. So since she couldn't have a daughter, whoa, let's go ahead and make this dude one. He can be that boyfriend. We can sit, we can talk, we can gossip. You know, how many mothers are out here trying to gossip with their sons? My own mama was trying to do that shit. And she couldn't realize why I wouldn't talk to her on a daily basis because you ain't talking about shit that concerns me.
And Trio.
This is my own mama, so I can speak from experience on how women try to, you know, push their ways off on their sons. You know what I'm saying? So like, this ain't nothing that I don't know from experience.
Yeah. And Trill, I'm trying to improve the world, not save the world. So and improvement is one thing. I can improve. I can help one person improve, and I've improved the world. I ain't trying to save the whole world. So it's facts, Professor Trill. There's some people, shit, like I posted, there's some people that's already lost. Fuck them. I ain't trying to save them. There's some people that's too far gone, and I don't give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? You know, I care about humanity's well-being as a whole, but it's just some people I don't fuck with. I'm not gonna fuck with, and oh well. You know, it just kind of is what it is.
Right. Like the Gabrielle Unions, the Jada Pinkett's, all of these, they think all this free thinking shit, bro. It's cool to be a deep thinker, but the way they go about it, they think, you know, motherfuckers want to be too swagged out and all of that shit. Man, you don't need all that shit to be listened to. You don't need all of that shit. You don't need to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? You're putting too much on your motherfucking plate that you already have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up?
Which one are you talking about, Trill? I don't know. You look up.
I looked in the freaking cabinet. Saw a couple things I was not a fan of.
Man, I saw it too. But I'm finna get on up out of here, Honcho. I'm gonna get up out here.
Right, that's a BT. I appreciate you calling in. What was in the cabinet? We gotta find out now. Y'all know I'm in the stream over, and I'm finna find out what was in that damn cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's the thing, man. Like, that's why I tell you, things are tough. Because I try to apply this mindset across the board, and there's certain areas where you can't have a rational way of thinking because it's not designed for that. Like in the arena of sports, you say rational things, you say sensible things, people will accuse you of all sorts of crazy things because you're not head first buying into some bullshit. And you know, what's the motherfucking deal? Who got called into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Yaz.
Yes, hi, Miss Yaz.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the last guy was talking about, but I was looking. It's funny that you had this topic because I ran across a documentary today that I was watching early. Mm-hmm. Now, the documentary was about, it's from like 1930 something. Mm-hmm. And it was a documentary on black people in New York before desegregation, you know. And shit, the shit was just so normal, you know? Mm-hmm. They had black daddy, black mama, they had a few children running around. They showed them doing chores, just living normal, regular lives. None of this wild, crazy reality TV stuff that we got now. I guess that was their form of reality TV back then.
Real life.
And,
yeah, their reality TV was real life.
Yeah, but the thing what got me is that they were black. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were all the way, like, they weren't racially ambiguous like you see a lot of people on TV now who are, yeah, they're black, but they're like Obama black, you know? I'm talking black. Like,
explain for those who may not be familiar what Obama black means, because you know most people look at Obama as a black man in America. What I mean,
you know, like light skin, look nice, good looking, charming, good looking, like, you know, I mean, multiracial, or not saying anything else against that or anything, but there is definitely a change in TV. Big difference from watching that documentary from the 30s to what you see now. It's a huge difference. So you know what they were saying about segregation. They just talked to different people. Some people were for it. The ones who was for segregation, he was like, "Hey, it doesn't affect my job or my social life, so why do I care?" You know. No, this was a black man said this, okay? And the next person, you know, hey, this guy was like, well, it represents more opportunity. You know, they wanted more opportunity, which is great, you know. But I think something about what they were saying opportunity. Yeah, they got opportunity, but I think they were asking for the wrong thing, which a lot of people would like to say when Martin Luther King figured that out, he got killed, right? When he realized it wasn't necessarily being able to sit at the lunch counter with a white person, you know, or go into their neighborhood. It wasn't really about that because these black people back then, they had their own lives, you know, like, why are we so worried about what the other side? Well, some of them thought the white man ice was colder. And now look at us now, you know, because if you think about it, can you imagine a United States where if, like, back then they had their own, now it wasn't the best, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like the best, shiniest equipment, but these people had their own buses, their own bus lines, taxis. I mean, they had their own cities. They had like everything black, everybody black, you know, black-owned businesses of the kind that you really wouldn't think. Industries. Let me just say they own industries. We even had this one guy. He said he had a farm. They had their own food. I mean, he had pigs. Everything. They sold everything. Farm in the family's 3 generations. How many people can say they have a business now? Things that's 3 generations in and going strong. Like, it was just a different America just looking at that old documentary. And I was like, wow, we sure come a long ways, but...
Do you know the name of the documentary? I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, it just says American Black Life. It was just very simple on YouTube. And it wasn't like these pretty boys on screens like you see everywhere now, the feminization. It wasn't that. It wasn't all the men, like men who you would characterize as the thug in a movie. These guys was in suits, like doing everything from shining shoes, or they were architects and professionals. Like, they had their own damn city. Harlem, that side was all black, from what the documentary said. And I'm sure there were plenty of black towns and cities that had everything from their own. They even had their own, they had surgeons and hospitals. And but the thing about the rules with the segregation was that if you went, like, there were some doctors that just wasn't allowed to operate at certain hospitals. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. You know? And so it stifled opportunity, but just like there's different opinions today, that's what they had different opinions back then too. Not everybody was for, you know, blending and mixing in together and just pretty much forfeiting their whole community. Because now, name one industry black people have that you consider as black owned. Not one industry. At least then they had farms, so that's food. You got the food, the slaughterhouse, the grocery stores were black. You know, because they had to have had it because they were segregated. Blacks have one thing, whites have another thing. Now, it may not have been the prettiest, but they had their own. Can you imagine America now, 2020, if say they just learn, instead of hating, learn to treat each other like brothers, you know? America that's not just one failing community and one community that's getting by. Can you imagine 2 communities that's strong?
And I, honestly, you know, I have particular thoughts on, I think,
if we would have held on a little bit, black people would have had their own planes. But this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, their own airlines.
No, I definitely agree. I think that segregation did hinder a lot of people. I like the phrase that you used. It's the ice was colder. And I think that what would have happened, me personally, I mean, eventually you build your own. You kind of have value in the things that you've created your own. So, like, there's a sense of pride and that gets passed down through the generations. Now there's nothing. You know what I mean? There's no pride.
Oh
There's
man,
no
I
shame,
mean, it's too far gone. You know,
yeah. And
it's just too far gone.
So do you think segregation
Now
is part of the
it's
reason we
almost
have
like the
effeminate men
best
now?
thing. I think so, but I think now the best thing for survival nowadays is just you got to be pretty much raceless. You know, you just can't even don't even worry about black community, black people, white people. Don't worry about any of that. You just got to really, like you were saying earlier, look out for the number one, yourself, because that's just the best way to be now. Don't even worry about seeing, hey, I'm gonna try to help this here brother out or this sister out, because now you just never could tell who you're dealing with now. And we're just too far gone.
Yeah, like it has to be somebody who's trying to make some moves, that's trying to make motion, trying to do something, like, and you see them putting in the work and things like that's who you got to get behind and support. But we rather get behind like the trashes of the trash now. You know, we get behind the motherfuckers who promoting, you know, promiscuity and drug use and all this other stuff.
Hip hop killed us though. Hip hop, when they start selling hip hop, there goes the imagery on television of a normal black man that held a normal job. You know.
Yeah, it was
hip hop ruined us, and they tried to tell us that in the 80s.
Mike Epps, I think, recently dropped a video talking about hip hop and how he thinks rap music is like ruining black people, and I would agree. And I think it's
and you know
worse
what?
now.
I don't know how old are you, but I can remember like in the early '90s, there were the same people that's like taking pictures and having Cardi B and other disgusting little rappers endorse them and take photos of them and interview them and all that other weird stuff. Those same politicians was was in the courts trying to say hip hop is gonna. I want to say, was it Sheila Jackson Lee, or maybe it was Maxine Waters. One of them old ladies was. You could find a news clip of them saying hip hop is gonna lead to the rebellion. Huh?
Dolores Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, so they were right. There's no coming back from that now. So, just don't even be race. Don't even be thinking about race now. You gotta leave black lady, black woman. It's just almost like you just don't even think of yourself like that no more. You just gotta survive.
So you think that people just need to let go of the labels and do what they got to do for themselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Ain't that strange? We're willing to drop biological labels like male and female before we drop white and black. I call it just people now. You know? We drop that faster. We drop male and female faster than
Yeah, some people did. I didn't. That shit ain't gonna ever drop for me. But yeah, people want to embrace that nonsense. It's just that's cool.
Yeah, that is so strange. That's strange how that happened. But yet we still have white and black, which doesn't make sense anyway because nobody's skin is white or black like that. So that's my deal. It's kind of fun having a dinner in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I didn't have to move to the.
How long you gonna keep this up?
This is gonna probably be the thing for now. During the daytime, because what that does is allows me to actually get sleep at night. You know, I kind of like this waking up early thing. So yeah, so I do them during the day, and we just kind of wrap up in the evening. So yeah, we'll do this. This will be the thing for the while.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll keep watching. Okay. I'll check you out later.
It's always good to hear from you, Miss Yaz. You still on East Coast? All right, well, shout out to Miss Yaz. I don't want to talk to this nigga. I guess I'll take this phone call, though. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? We got calling in to the den this afternoon.
You know what this is, nigga. Stop playing with me.
I have no idea who this. I don't know this number. This is the 409. Oh, this is Josh. This must be Josh. That's the only nigga I know with a phone.
Motherfucking Josh, fuck out of here. Recognize a trill nigga when you see one, man. Recognize a trill nigga when you see one, man.
Port Nature's finest on the line, y'all. What's the motherfucking deal?
You know, motherfucking Port Nature's around here, man. I'm from down the street, though. Down the street.
So what's good with you, man? How you feeling about in today's topic, man?
Nah, fuck all that.
What you mean?
Nah, nigga, I'm calling to get on your motherfucking ass.
son,
Nigga, you know exactly what the fuck I was talking about.
What are you talking about? Go to
Honcho.
Yes.
Honcho, you know damn well I wasn't talking about that other shit you was talking about, but I don't give a shit about them people either. No, you know damn well women is the culprit. Yeah, motherfucker, you know, oh, that's an interesting take. Nigga, please.
Oh, man, you know.
You know fucking better.
Absolutely.
You know better.
Of course, I said early on that only women would allow certain things. Only women would do certain behaviors. I mean, women are definitely, if we're looking at it from a male-female perspective, women are more of a driving force. But I think that there are industries and arenas that are also capitalizing on this and encouraging women, because women are more easily manipulated. And whatever the women do, you know, niggas gonna run behind them with they tails tucked between their ass, because they want some ass. So they'll do what most, you know, simp ass niggas do what women want.
Oh, man.
So, like, I think that there are people out there who are intent on manipulating women into believing this is okay, and therefore the women go with it, then the rest of society follows.
I got nothing.
That's a rarity. Y'all mark this date down. But no, we're now first question. Where you at in the world right now, Mr. True?
Grand Island, Nebraska.
Okay. I catch a Cornhuskers game. But no, but why do you think this is like? Is there a value in emasculating black men? Do you think that society benefits from that in some sort of way?
No. In no way, shape, or form. It ruins the balance of the way things are supposed to be. Even though everybody, you know, want to go against the norm because everybody feel like they're special or they're the exception, or they think that, you know, certain good things will come out of it, which it can, but there's a cost. With every decision made or with every new thing invented, there's going to be a cost that's going to have to be paid. And what the women don't seem to understand is they're going to end up paying the bigger end of that cost. Yes. It ain't going to be us, it's going to be them.
Absolutely.
So we're asking women, is it really worth it to you? Are you willing to pay that cost? If you're not, then don't promote it. It's really that simple.
And when you do that, you're getting pressure from both sides as a woman. You're losing in two ways because, hey, Miss Jen, how you doing this afternoon? Because not only are you you're limiting your dating pool by removing men out of it. Now you're increasing your competition because the motherfuckers you moving out of the dating pool side are wanting the same shit that you want. You know what I'm saying? And you encouraging the fucking behavior, like so. Like it's double damage on their end.
Yep, you pushed the movement because it wasn't like back in the days. Think about it. You know, the girls used to hang out with the dudes that had a little bit different flavor to them, right? Yeah. You know, they was a little bit sweeter than the regular guy who was more salty, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, they used to hang out with the girls, and whenever the guy would have a conflict with the different flavor dude, you know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, leave him alone. He ain't bothering you and all this other shit. So basically, you was calling him and co-signing. Mm-hmm. You may not look at it that way, but yes, you were cultivating this. Yeah. So when he grows older and then there's more of him like that, then you find your dude is in tune with that shit too. He was one of them, but he was a down low dude, which is the man that y'all look at as the lowest of the low, the down low guy. Yeah. Now you want to be mad because you became victim of something you helped perpetuate.
Andrew Gillums of the world. And then you see that you've been in a situation where it isn't got so bad where you saw, even with someone with that situation where I've seen women like, well, I accept it. All right, they're okay because they feel like there is a limited availability that they're willing to accept some things that in any other circumstances they normally wouldn't accept. Matter of fact, even before this Andrew Gillum thing, I want to say it was maybe about 2 months ago. Well, I don't know. I can't remember exactly the date the thing happened before him coming back out. Seeing an article talking about it was directly targeted to black women, and it was one of these. I don't know if it was The Root or one of these other crazy, wokey woke black sites, telling black women you need to start considering to date bisexual men because basically this is other black women telling women like because the dating pool or whatever is getting so limited or some shit like that. Now, I think there's a lot of false narratives in that, but But yeah, but this is what they're doing. And again, like I say, women trying to convince other women that, oh, this is normalized, this is okay stuff. And to me, that whole letter B thing is real weird because who you like as somebody who's a partner to somebody like that, you have to be like always on alert, don't you? Because shit, everybody's a fucking potential target, ain't they? So it's like shit, you can't feel comfortable around nobody. Like you don't know what to fucking expect. So it seems like that shit would be turmoil. It'd be real stressful. Motherfucker can't have no friends. So
yeah, and also the push for men to look at trans women as women.
Yeah, oh man.
No, my nigga, no.
So here's my thing, bro. And y'all know I'm not pro BLM, you know, none of that movement group organization thing. But what I don't understand, and this is kind of something I made reference to earlier, right? Is like, how did this BLM thing like start getting overshadowed by black trans? Like it's like 3 trannies in all of America. No, it's probably way more than that. I'm just talking shit. But it's like a super small fucking percentage. And in reality, the majority of those deaths, I believe, are suicides. And I think there's other elements that has nothing to do with racial elements. And then the other ones are probably from, you know, being deceptive in some form or fashion. And then I think there's some others who were probably just, you know, very unfortunate victims of crimes. But a lot of them were engaging in extremely high-risk behaviors, like that one I did a topic on a while back. But I'm just like, how does black trans lives matter just as big of a thing? Isn't that a black life too? Like, if you black, ain't you? Like, well, I guess we got to define black, but like, right. What does black trans supersede? Don't you fit into the category? But that's that whole, we got to be special. We got to have identity policies. We got to isolate and make sure every group feels some way. But if everybody's special, then nobody's fucking special. Like,
bingo.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I don't. Again, like I said, we just live in a crazy world. At this point, I can't do shit but sit back and laugh because it makes less and less sense for me by the day. Did you see the thing in Louisville where they were having some protests for Breonna Taylor or something like that? And since they were saying that because the black woman is the most disrespected class in America, you know, we're gonna put them on the front lines of the protest. You know, we're gonna put them in the very front. And then, you know, they put black men behind them, and then, you know, other groups, they did this whole thing. But when you hear the term frontline, what does that mean to you?
I have no idea, but I do agree that black women are the most disrespected people in America. I agree with that 100%. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that, because they don't know how to act. That's just the plain reason for that. They bring that disrespect upon themselves.
Interesting. Well, here's my thing. Mm-hmm. When I hear frontline, I think of two different scenarios. I think, and I'm not a military person. I don't know anything like that. But I would think frontline. These are the guys who are going to see the action first. I mean, these are guys. If you go into a battle, if somebody getting shot at, these are going to be the people getting shot at first. These are going to be the people who are taking the brunt of the punishment. In my opinion, prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal? Congratulations.
Oh, my nigga.
And so like I'm thinking like these are the people who are going to take the most damage, right? And if you want to look at it on some street shit, if a nigga say you a frontline nigga, it means he's about that action. He's extremely active. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a frontline nigga. I'm about that shit. So I look at this and I'm like, so y'all gonna put the black women at the front because they're the least protected, the least and the most disrespected is what you're saying. Well, if you in the front of the fucking shit, ain't you now the least protected motherfucker? Because you the one you in the front of all the shit. You gonna be the first one to take the damage. You gonna be the first one to get hit. Like, so if this is about protection, it's like you're doing it in the fucking wrong way. But in such a push to have these symbolic moves and gestures, you're actually doing dumb things. It's actually really ignorant. Some people can be too smart for their own good. And so I thought that was pretty fucking funny because it's just like you're doing the antithesis of what you're trying to do. I'm sorry, what's it?
Yeah, here's the synopsis of it, Honcho. This is what people just don't seem to understand, particularly our black women in particular. Do you know why you're the most unprotected? It's because you don't fucking listen. You don't listen. And I'm going to put this in perspective for you real quick because it's really easy to understand. Donald Trump is the most powerful man in the country because he's the president, right? He has a division of people called the Secret Service, right? Their number one function is to protect him. So what he has to do, even though he has all this power, he has to do what they say when they say it. Black women don't want to listen to what black men have to say. You don't want to do what we say when we say it. It's hard to protect something that you cannot control. Black women have the extremists, not all y'all, the extremists, not all policemen. We can't protect something we cannot control. So the ones of you that are out of control, we can't do nothing for you. It's like trying to corral a bunch of cats. Miss Grace would know this better than a lot of you because she got a lot of cats in the crib. It's a pain in the ass, and after a while, you just like, fuck it. Y'all don't want to be protected. If you get hit by a car, don't be looking at me with your sad-ass cat eyes. I don't give a shit. I tried to keep you from your demise. I saw the big picture, but you refused to listen. This is why it is important that we listen to each other.
Right.
It is important. When a black woman has a complaint, we should listen. But while we're listening, you have to understand that we have to make the decision whether your complaint is valid or not. Because you're trying to enlist me into some shit where I'm going to be the one to be put at risk.
Correct.
And if I'm going to put myself at risk, you're going to have to be worthy of the risk.
Correct.
If I don't deem you worthy, I'm not going to take the risk.
Exactly.
Prime example. Let's just say there's a sister, right? Fuck nigga. Walk up on her, right? Start shooting at her. And she just like, well, no, I'm sorry. I'm not interested. I'm married or something like that. And he was like, well, nah, fuck your husband, all that shit. I'm just trying to holler at you. I'm see what you're talking about. Well, no, I'm not interested. I'm telling you I'm not interested. We're good. You have a nice day, sir. She walk away. And then he continues to harass her. What's going to happen? Because she stayed in a feminine frame, a.k.a. acted like a lady. The men around are going to respond, hey, bro, she says she's not interested. Why don't you leave her the fuck alone? Because if you don't leave her the fuck alone, you're going to have to see me.
Exactly.
Now you fucking up a good thing. We ain't finna let you do that, right? These are the women that say that they're unprotected, which is scenario number 2. Same fuck nigga walk up on them. Hey, little mama, what's your name? Little mama, I ain't your little mama. Who you think you can talk to? You can't talk to me like that. Now, she met his aggression with aggression. Now we looking at her and him like, y'all two motherfuckers made for each other. I'm not finna step in between that because you didn't put yourself in the correct light. So you can't expect to be treated as a lady if you don't act as one. This is what I be saying all the time. Now, if you do act like a lady and you don't get protected, any nigga that's standing around, you point that motherfucker out. I'll pull his whole card myself. Straight like that. But if you act in a masculine frame, you're going to get treated the same. Because if it's a dude walk up on another dude and they got a conflict, hey, bruh, that's on y'all. I don't have to come to your rescue. You a fucking man. You need to be able to protect yourself and defend yourself in kind. So when you put yourself in a masculine frame, ladies, you're going to get treated like the same way a dude would. I need y'all to understand that. And a lot of these older women out here, they know and understand that, but it don't seem like that message is getting passed to the next generation or the generation that's up and running currently. That message is being lost. Being ladylike is disappearing. And it's so fucking sad because real good men are looking for that. We're looking for it. We'll deal with the hoes for right now because they have a place. Bitches don't have no place. Nobody likes them. Not even women. Y'all don't like the bitches either.
Correct.
Men will deal with the hoes until we find us a lady or until we run across a lady or we see a lady. But we'll deal with the hoes in the meantime because we got needs. So they have a function. So again, that breakdown keeps coming up because it's really that simple. I know y'all don't like being categorized, but you don't get to choose. We get to choose because we are the consumer of women, not y'all. That's how it works.
I agree. Absolutely. So, because I was going to segue into something Rashida said earlier, but you've addressed it. So, I 100% agree. And I mean, I think that's maybe they don't realize. I think sometimes you got to point stuff out to people, and they don't realize or get it. Because maybe nobody's ever said it. So maybe if you're a lady and you listen to this and you're wondering why the reception around you hasn't been maybe as pleasant as you would like, maybe consider your actions. Consider how you respond to things. You know what I mean? That's if you playing tough like you got it all sold up. Niggas ain't gonna want to get involved in no shit like that.
Wait. Hold on. I need to answer 12 real quick. 12, you are absolutely right. I said, but here's the problem, 12. You get to choose the man that leads you. If the dude that you fucking with ain't worthy, you don't need to fuck with him. This is the importance of having a male figure in your life, right? Is to tell you what makes a guy worthy of you, which is why the way it used to be, and things worked a certain way because that's how we got the benefit from it. Whenever a guy wanted to consider a girl for marriage, he would have to go through her father first. Why wouldn't he have to go through her mother? Her mother and father been married for 45 years. So her mother got experience of being a wife to a husband. She knows what a husband's supposed to be. She's been there 45 years. Why wouldn't her mother's consent matter? Because she ain't him. That's why. The father had to deem him worthy of marrying his daughter. And if he didn't approve, then it just didn't happen unless they decided to elope or whatever. But at that point, if your marriage was unsuccessful, that's all on you because you made that decision and made that choice. A man knows other men. Men know what we respect in other guys. Prime example, a lot of these females, they get put up and supported by the majority of black women. Not all, but by the majority of black women, they make poor male choices. Offset is a fuck nigga. Future is a fuck nigga. Nicki Minaj's husband and father, daddy to her child, is a fuck nigga. Y'all name me one dude that y'all know to say that they respect either one of them men. We do not respect them, but yet women keep choosing them, and these are the women that y'all put to the forefront. So as a group, I know it's not all of y'all, but the majority of you women is pushing it. So guess what? The rest of you ladies got to take the L right along with them. The same way we got to take the L whenever y'all show up a fuck nigga to us. We got to take the L because them niggas is out here representing us, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But they keep reproducing. If you stop reproducing with the fuck niggas will die off. It's really that fucking simple. So if a man don't show you that he's worthy of you following him, don't fuck with him. Let them niggas be dry dick. They'll change. Either they'll change or they'll die off. It's really that simple. Ladies, you have a choice. You don't have to procreate with these fuck niggas. You don't have to. Don't get blinded by the fuck shit. But it seems like a lot of them are susceptible to it. Why? Because they don't value the opinions of other men. The men that they have in their life. Even if your father ain't around, you got uncles, you got cousins, you got all kind of shit. But if them niggas don't even know no better, then who do you turn to? That's a good question. That's when you try to at least, hopefully, maybe you got a grandfather that's still alive. His opinion should matter. Trust in somebody who you know would have your best interest at heart. And if you don't have nobody like that in your life, you're doing something wrong. I tell you that right now. If you don't have nobody like that in your life, you are doing something wrong. Because we out here. You might not like the package that you get. You might not like the information get relayed to you. But it could save your life.
Correct. That's true. That's true. And trust me, sometimes it be some bitter medicine, but it gets you right. You ever, anybody, you ever used to take that 3 6s medicine? Have you ever heard of that shit?
Huh?
It's like 3 6. It was called like 3 6s or something. Yeah, it sounds like some old devil shit, but.
Oh yes,
but,
yes, I know. I'm very familiar with the 3 6s.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That shit was never pleasant. But whatever job it was supposed to do, I don't know if it funked the illness out or what, but that shit used to get you right, however it worked. But it was a terrible thing. So sometimes it's like I say, it's bitter medicine to swallow. It's a bitter pill to swallow. But if in the long run it makes you better, it improves your life, your choices, your options, I mean, you got to seriously consider it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely a thing. But again, I think a lot of these, like you said, they don't like to hear certain things from men. And then, what's crazy, what's crazy is because, kind of what you mentioned and we mentioned earlier, like it's gotten so bad that women have derogatory lingo for women who want to get married, who are actually looking for a real relationship. And the funny thing is, like, because you see it all the time on certain social media, he ain't gonna pick you, sis, he ain't gonna this, and then back door, a little while later, she doing all right, she happy in her situation, and then things that came to fruition, and the ones who still mad are still mad. Like, again, people want people to acclimate to them and the way that they are. It just does not work like that. Like, you have to make changes. Nobody's perfect. You weren't born perfect. Every decision in life you made ain't perfect. Like, if you want certain things, you got to make certain changes. And I think black women are as a whole, I'm not saying, with the all thing, are the least willing to make certain changes, the necessary changes. A lot of them are, I've seen so many say, you got to deal with my problems. Take me as I am, or, all this. And then you wondering why nobody didn't took you, or nobody's interested, or nobody's wanting to deal with you for very long. It's you. It's not the 30 other niggas you've been fucking with. And you just got a really terrible choice, but that's still you. You got to make some necessary changes to have better options. And that's just what it boils down to, even though a lot of people don't want to hear that.
Here's another thing. A lot of our black women, they like to stick to the hive mindset. And it isn't until they decide to go outside the hive and start their own, then they realize how toxic the hive automatically really is. Because when you develop a different mindset than the norm, than the typical, and you go out and you start your own family, you really get to see, or when you go to better yourself, you really get to see how the people that you thought were in tune and in a step that you was in lockstep with, how they really felt about you. And you realize they never had your best interest at heart. They wanted you to waste away your life the same way that they did. And that's a goddamn shame, because it's too many of them that are falling susceptible to that. And they will attack you. Once you leave the hive, they will attack you. They coming for your throat. Look at a lot of these female YouTubers out here that's coming out here and they saying, hey, look, ladies, we got some shit we need to work on too. You know who they biggest detractors are? Women. You know who they have the most problem with? Women, not the men, because the men support the message. They're not having a problem with us.
This is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
And these are the same women that you was talking to all the time, that you hung with, kicked it with. The whole time they want you to be just as miserable with them. Why? That's not no kind of friend. What kind of friend is that?
Yeah, they want to see you down bad. Like, that's a lot of people though. And like I say, women, but shit, it's a lot of motherfuckers don't want to see you come up. But here's the thing, and I think it's a weird deal with that. Like, I don't even think it's always necessarily malicious. Sometimes I think it could be unintentional. Like, especially you've been good friends with somebody for a while, and then you make the necessary changes. They know that if you make these changes or you better yourself, because they're unwilling to do that, they're afraid.
Yeah, you ain't real no more.
Yeah, they're afraid of losing you, or this. Or now you didn't change, or now you didn't start acting funny. But it's just really you trying to better yourself, and subconsciously they're afraid of losing whatever friendship or whatever it is that you've had, because they perceive it, for them it's impossible to make these changes, or they can't do it, or I got to keep it real, whatever has been ingrained in their mind. And you changing and wanting to be something different is like a negative, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. But Shannon said something interesting real quick. He was saying that higher education significantly decreases divorce rates. That's really interesting. I would have thought it might have been the other way around, because I would think that women who are more educated would feel as though they had more options, so if things weren't going the way that they want. But again, if you're talking about higher education, depending on, I guess, pay scale and things like that, money, money does change a lot of rules with certain things. So that could be a thing too. So who knows? But anything else on your mind there, Mr. Tripp? We're going to get ready to wind it down here. We can hit the 3 o'clock mark.
Higher education significantly decreases divorce rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they can find someone that's willing to marry them, if they understand that they want to be in that situation and they don't have their, let's say, aspirations set too high, because there's some high value black men out here, but it's not a lot of them. It's really not. And even myself, I don't qualify. I got some of it, but I don't have all of it. And and that's cool with me. I'm a blue collar guy. I like to get out, work, do shit with my hands. That's me. I'm not a white collar guy at all. So, and that's cool with me. And it's a lot of guys have a problem with this high value thing too. But I understand why women who go out and you get educated and you make a lot of money, you want a successful guy the same as you. You don't want no lame ass nigga dragging you down. I trust and believe I get it. But the cost that you pay to get that higher education, not only financially, but physically, because ladies, I know it's not the most kind thing to say, but your fertility is directly attributed to your value. The lower your fertility rate is, the lower your value is. Don't give a shit how much money you make. And a lot of women just don't understand that simple fact because it's involved. It's a sexual thing. But no matter how a guy says it, yeah, that's the natural way. That's nature's way of attributing value to you. Because if you can't have no kids, fuck, I want you for. I want a family. I want I want you to be the mother of my children if I decide to choose you. Now that's a sensible man. Not all of us are sensible either. You got the futures running around here, 8 kids, 8 baby mamas. That's too much. I can't deal with all that.
Here's my thing, though. So what you're saying is that Mexican women are the most valuable women on the planet?
No, but they going about it the right way.
No.
And that's the thing. Why do y'all think that Hispanic women we find Hispanic women so attractive? Because they are willing to give men what we want. They give us what we want. They give us femininity, they give us fertility, and they're willing to marry young. And the fourth thing that I haven't experienced myself, but I heard about, that's a thing too. You know what I'm saying? Just think about candy paint, and I think you'll understand what I mean.
Yeah, you feel me? So,
right.
I guess so that's another topic for another time and place. I ain't even gonna deep dive into that. But we, immediately after stream, we will be in the discourse if y'all want to keep the conversation going.
Yes.
Y'all know where to find us. But Professor Tripp, man, I appreciate you calling in and winding us down this afternoon. Man, a great call. Very, very, very good points. I have nothing to dispute.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, especially my boy Prepaid.
Yes,
I don't know if you had a living, but if you ain't name him Trill, you gonna have to see me, nigga.
Oh, man.
Straight up, you gonna have to see me if your name ain't Trill.
Look, Prepaid is smarter than that. Don't start your black child off with a bad name. You better give him the most square name. You can come a basic or original name. That nigga better look white on paper, nigga. Like,
True that. Edward. You better come with some Edward, nigga,
exactly.
or something.
Nigga, that shit has been a win for me, nigga. Edward, I thank my father for letting me take the name. That's the only thing that nigga did. He did 2 things right. I taking his name, because it's an old generic ass basic name, and fucking the one thing he told me about not letting nobody take away your power. Other than that, fuck what that nigga talking about. But
But already, Honcho, I see you in the Discord, brother.
All right, that's a bit, man. I'll catch you now.
All right.
I was gonna say I can't. I gotta take this call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this afternoon?
What's good, Honcho?
Man, Mr. Prepaid. First, I must say, I heard and congratulations, sir.
Man, I appreciate it, man. And for you and Tree, I just want y'all to know I named my son Mustafa Akbar Muhammad Salim.
Oh shit, that nigga getting all the grants.
Yeah, man. Hey, all praise to Allah. Salaamu salam, my brother.
Damn. Man, so
I
when was
wouldn't have it no other way.
so when was the official time and date and everything that little prepaid?
Man,
was
happened on Sunday at 8:45 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Finally, man, it was a long one, and he been crying ever since, bro. This is a whole new experience for me. When I had the twins, they cried the first couple of days. This month, boy, he angry as fuck, man. He just cried all day long. He must know I got some money now.
You already know what to do.
He already mad. Yeah, man. Trill, man, great call. I can't think of the lady who called before. I kind of heard most of her call, and I got to go back and listen to a few others. But
Yes.
I'm gonna take a different approach on how I view, you know what I'm saying, the way what's going on with our black men now. Who was the lady that called in?
Miss Yasmin. The one called right before Trill.
Okay, Miss Yas asked, you know, like when she talking about the documentary, she said, what is it that black people, like what is our area? You know what I'm saying? Like what do we control as far as, like, you know, manufacturing, all this stuff? There's two things that black people in America control. We control sports and entertainment. So what they've done to us through the media, they have feminized, make our men more feminine through sports and entertainment. And let me break it down to y'all real quick. Number one, look at how our athletes dress. Look at them. Post game, 90% of basketball players have on women clothing.
Correct.
I've never seen men wear pants like this. I've never seen men wear blouses the way they do. It's gotten to a point to where we call it high fashion and justified when they're wearing women clothing. You know what I'm saying? You can hate sports all you want to, but nobody has made more black millionaires than NFL, in the NBA, in the MLB. No other industry, period. Look at how our entertainers, our singers, our rappers, look at how they go about stuff. Black men who sing and rap and all that, they do everything besides suck dick, pretty much. They are into all the gay shit. Painted fingernails, the hairstyles, the jewelry, all that stuff, man. Look at it. And that's how they control us. But what they do is the thing that we don't catch on to by controlling that narrative of how this is what black excellence is. They allow their money to shield them from the real world. For example, me and Honcho and Troy are about the same age. We grew up around some feminine niggas. We knew what happened. They didn't have a daddy at home, or they had a whole bunch of sisters, so they twist, or, you know, they had a little hand. Oh, bitch, they say little words like that. You would see their mannerisms, right?
Yeah.
Them niggas got beat up. Yeah. Them niggas had to fight their way out of some shit. You know what I'm saying? They had to earn that shit. What they do now is, if you have money, the rules don't apply to you. So that's why you have D Wade's son feeling like, even though he's 6'5", with shoulders like Tara Owens, he can go out here and be a woman. Because who does he have to answer to?
Nobody.
If he put a dress on and go to, you know, a concert and got on some heels, who gonna beat him up when they realize this is a man? It will never happen because he has security 24 hours of the day. They hide black issues and things that go on in our community behind their money. This is why I don't listen to none of these people. Like, listen, y'all, when it comes to celebrities and athletes, listen, if they can't tell how much a gallon of milk costs, don't listen to nothing they got to say. That's the rule. If a person can't tell how much a gallon of milk costs, they can't tell you shit. Of course Jay-Z gonna tell you that his son, he gonna support his son if his son decides to be a woman next week, because that's what happens when you don't know how much milk costs. You don't know how much a gallon of gas costs. You've lost all connection to reality. And that's what they do. They justify their wokeness, or, you know, my kids are so free spirited, because that's what money gives you. Money creates a privilege that nobody else will ever be able to touch. Will ever be able to touch, bro. Gay people go through real life shit. Let me tell you something else they do. And I hate to bring this up because I don't want to be negative or nothing like that, but I kind of want y'all to kind of see what a psyche was. As y'all know, HIV is a very, very deadly disease. AIDS has killed, I can't even tell how many Americans. Ain't no telling how many hundreds of thousands / millions. I'm not going to look at the specific numbers. But growing up, when we talk about HIV and AIDS, it was this serious thing. It was this, you know what I'm saying? Like, people got quiet. It was a scary, scary thing. I want y'all to close your eyes and visualize this. When's the last time y'all heard anything about HIV and AIDS on a commercial? Now open your eyes. The only commercials y'all see is this fucking Victoria, and they got all the gay people on there kissing, living their life like it's fucking golden. Talking about I take this pill, I take this PrEP pill, and now I can't be detected.
Yeah.
Look how they've hidden HIV and AIDS to us, y'all. They have normalized a disease that kills people. We don't have a cure to this motherfucker. We're not going to get one. Not in our lifetime, for sure.
Yeah.
We know the numbers in the black community, in the black gay community, what HIV and AIDS are doing. So we feminizing these men, basically expose them to this disease, and then when they get it, we make it seem like, oh, you can live your life okay. If you just take PrEP, it won't even be detected. You're still going to die, but at least your partner won't be able to detect it. Think about that, y'all. Look at where we are as a people, and we too fucking blind to even see it. I think we see it, we just ain't gonna come out and say nothing about it. Like, how you got an HIV medication? Everybody on here, they got niggas up here playing the drums and dancing and having board meetings. What the hell?
Yeah.
Do these niggas got an HIV or do they got a common cold? Because I'm confused as fuck right now.
The A's look like you have a good time when you got that shit. The way they be selling that shit to you, it's like it's a party.
Man, these niggas is voguing and dancing and doing all that shit. I'm seeing commercials of Zoom commercial all together now, and they all dance and they got gay niggas doing the voguing thing on there. Why y'all got gay niggas on here voguing for my kids to see that shit when in reality, ain't the HIV numbers in the black community like what 75, 80% of gay black men they say will contract HIV, or is that like is that those numbers don't exist anymore? Like, come on, man, enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know, the last part of this, and this is, you know, it's going to offend a few people, and I'm fine with that. It is what it is. What's the first thing a black athlete either buys or say he wants to buy when he get his money, Honcho? You tell me.
I think it's usually something for his mama. Usually I think
correct.
He go get a house or a car for his mama.
Correct. There's a problem with that. There's a deep-seated problem with that. And the deep-seated problem is that we feel like in order for us to reach the top of the mountain, we have to be able to please our mothers. We're not talking about pleasing our wives or taking care of our kids. The first thing come out of our mouth is we got to go out here and buy a house for our mother. Because we have made our mothers in the black community the echelon of success. If mama ain't happy, then, you know what I'm saying, then everything's wrong. If mama don't accept you as my wife, then we can't be together. If mama don't want me to have this car, I got to go sell that car. If mama feel like I can't play for the Raiders, trade me, my nigga. Go on, send me to the Chargers. That's a problem. Because what happens is, because we put so much into our black mothers, a lot of these black mothers ain't built to lead anyway. So they're leading a lot of black young men down the wrong path, and to no deterrence of their own. It wasn't their fault. They doing the best way they can. They raised you the best way they could. So you feel like, well, my mama, she raised me. I made it to the NBA. I made it to the NFL. She's the end all be all. No, fam. She did the best she could. You got there off of God's grace, hard work, and talent. The fact that you 6'8" while you really got there. You know what I'm saying? Your mama can barely go out here and boil 2 eggs and fucking fry potatoes. There's no reason why she should be giving you financial advice. There's no reason why she should be giving you, you know what I'm saying, trying to control your assets, your estate. But that's where we are. Mm-hmm. We are black men are living for the approval of their mother. And it's so sad because here we are. I got friends who are in their 40s and their mother still comes first. You a married man. What are you doing? Well, baby, I don't know if we can go out here tonight because, you know, I'm supposed to take mom to the movies. What? What are you doing? That's that feminine shit, man. That's that feminine shit. Like that's that shit that just has to stop, bro. It just flat out has to stop. And if we don't put our foot down now, this next generation, they might be safe because they so close to us and they might be safe. But the generation after them, I'm telling y'all, man. You got people on the news talking about we shouldn't even do gender reveals because the kids should be deciding their gender. How in the fuck are you gonna pick to be a boy?
Wow.
What are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? You know what I'm saying? I just had my son, man, and we talking about people are sending us unisex clothes. Don't send me no fucking unisex clothes. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
These are unisex colors. No, it's not. There's no such thing. Don't do that. A little boy shouldn't be wearing no fucking pastel. Don't send me that shit.
Yeah.
Sending me no fucking effervescent blue and green. Don't send that shit over here. Fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm gonna say this, man, before I get out of here, Honcho. Fellas, it's not about you at this point. Save the youth. Save the next generation. It's a lost cause for us. Until the day we die, every last prominent person who represents the black culture will either be a fucked up nigga or a gay nigga. We ain't get no more normal people. Obama he's it. That's it. That's the fancy, most, you know what I'm saying, non-felony having ass nigga, not sleeping with other men. I don't know what they say about Michelle, but that's not here nor there. Nonetheless, those days over with. What y'all finna get now is the Billy Porters, the Andrew Gillums, the Don Lamones, them type of niggas. This is what you're gonna have moving forward. And it's from a straight side, like Trey was saying, you're gonna have the offsets and the futures. You ready for it. From an athletic standpoint, you're gonna have the D-Wade. D-Wade been like women his whole life. Now all of a sudden he got different color hair, rainbow head on top of his head every time he leaves. Full fingernails, 6'8", all pink fingernails now. Come on, man. Wake up. Save the youth, bruh. Be a man. Man the fuck up. And if you got a woman who feel like you can't lead, leave her where the fuck she is. You get somebody who gonna allow you to lead. You gonna make it work, I promise you. You got anything for me, Honcho?
No, sir, man. You came and killed it, as always, Mr. Prepaid.
All right, catch you on Discord.
All right, man. Chopping up with you soon.
Yep.
Oh, man. I think great calls today from top to bottom. So I salute y'all. I mean, great calls. And for it to have been a minute since we done hopped in the den, man, like I say, just top to bottom, I love it, man. And y'all been active in the chat. I know I ain't been able to address it as much as I'd like to. But, man, hey, shout out to all of y'all. But Discord. John, get your ass in the goddamn Discord. I got to hear from my favorite New Yorker. But hey, I'm going to put the link in the chat. If y'all don't have the link to the Discord, give me just a second. I'm going to slide that on you real quick. Like I say, if you don't know, if you knew it, again, I think I am liking the day dens. The dens are in the day now, 1 p.m. Central Time. So, you know, you go out, get you a little lunch. Well, depending on where you're at. Some of y'all in the West Coast might just be waking up. I hit the dispensary last night. Shit, y'all waking up late and shit. 1 p.m. Central Time. I think that's 11 on the West Coast. Might be, what is that, 2 on the East? Something like that. I don't know. Only times I don't really know is the Central. I'm not worried about it unless I'm somewhere else to change your watch. Let me get the link, the dilly dally. And again, like I said, tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, and I got to check. Somebody told me, so let me actually confirm it to be positive. But I think tomorrow is the debate, so I'll stream the debate live in the Discord. We can watch together. We can chop it up. We can laugh. It's gonna be hilarious. I'll make popcorn for myself. Y'all can't have none. But it's gonna be a good old time. So if y'all want to be a part of it, make sure y'all slide in there. It's gonna go down tomorrow night, or if it's tomorrow, double check and make sure I got the right time. With that being said, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all, and I thank y'all for being here. Again, it is an honor, it is a privilege, but most of all, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all. Like I said, we're going to get back right. I told you I'm taking the DN back to basics. If you fuck with the sauce, I'm taking the sauce back to the basics and just doing the things that made these channels enjoyable. I'm not going to be worried about doing all the extra shit. I ain't even fuck with no other social medias no more. It's YouTube, Discord. Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, well, I'm in the Discord like right now. I'm finna be, you ain't in there, you late. You're late, literally. And it's like, where the voice chat? I'm in the voice chat. If you ain't in the voice chat, you're late. You're supposed to beat me there. Don't beat me. You know what I'm saying? You know how I go down. Don't even be putting down the little end screens. Having these great boxes. I gotta go back to the stream and start filling that shit in. That shit look weird, huh? All right.